DJ with the celebrity spotlight on J. Edgar, the man who would stop at nothing to protect his country. Leonardo DiCaprio and Armie Hammer share the big screen and their thoughts with us about this Clint Eastwood-directed film. I didn't even know who Leonardo DiCaprio was up on the screen.
Oh, thank you.
You absolutely, in every role, but in particular with this one, you become the man.
Thank you very much.
How do you do that?
You know, I'm motivated by the characters I get to play. I'm very lucky in the sense that I get to choose the type of movies that I want to do, and I love playing characters that have all these fascinating elements to their life. J. Edgar Hoover is one of the most fascinating characters I've ever gotten to play. He's been shrouded in so much mystery throughout his career, and you know, he's such an iconic American figure. He was around through 8 different presidencies. He was in power, in the same seat of power for over 50 years. He was a staunch believer in democracy and very much against you know, the threat of communism and foreign invasion, but he carried his same idealistic beliefs and his mentality about what was right for the country all the way to the 1960s, where our country was changing rapidly. And he was a political dinosaur by the time he ended his career.
When morals decline and good men do nothing, evil flourishes. A society unwilling to learn from the past is doomed. We must never forget our history. We must never lower our guard.
Edgar, you will rise to be the most powerful man in the country.
It is my belief that when a man becomes a part of this bureau, he must so conduct himself as to eliminate even the slightest possibility of criticism as to his conduct.
You change through those years. We see that you're young and
perky,
fresh,
yeah.
yes, and even the clothes all change.
Yeah, well, that's, I mean, thankfully Clint puts together a great team of people who's been doing it with him for a long time, and it's like a well-oiled machine. And the clothes reflect that, the hair and makeup, everything. And yeah, she was by his side, a little bit in the background all the time, and saw everything, and hopefully you know, the tone of the scenes matched what was going on in the world at that time, in the country.
Mr. Tolson, I need someone who I can trust. I want you to be my number 2 man. You understand? I need you.
Imagine if every citizen in this country were uniquely identifiable by the pattern on their fingers. Imagine how quickly we could find them if they committed a crime.
You remember that file we created on his wife?
Mrs. Roosevelt.
Will you make a copy for me, please? Is that legal? Sometimes you need to bend the rules a little in order to keep your country safe.
Please leave the transcripts here with me.
Feel free and share them with your brother, Mr. Kennedy. Let him know that I have a copy of my own. The president is afraid.
All the admiration in the world can't fill the spot where love goes. We are the sinners, Edgar. We tolerated lawlessness in the land until it grew to diabolical proportions. The blood is on your hands, Edgar.
Did you ever think about this role as something that might be controversial, or that you wouldn't, you know, you wouldn't be able to give the kind of performance that you would want to give because of the fact that we don't really know who this man is?
Well, we are making a movie, and nobody truly knows what goes on behind closed doors. Although J. Edgar Hoover would probably be the closest to that, because there were probably, you know, although all those secret documents were destroyed, there were probably some transcripts of his real interactions with other people. But we took dramatic license. We looked at a portrait of a man that was obsessed with power for the entirety of his life, that was a man of service.
Your exact qualifications for your position of leadership in this bureau?
My qualifications, sir?
I don't know who I can trust anymore.
I see right through you. You're a scared, heartless, horrible little man.
Don't wilt like a little flower. Be strong.
Yes, Mother. It's time this generation learned the difference between villain and hero. Even great men can be corrupted.
Look for J. Edgar in your real-time theater.